I still remember the day my granddaughter said to me, "Grandpa, you were never there for Mom when she needed you." It cut deep, those words, and I couldn't get them out of my head. I kept wondering, how could she say that? Didn't she know how much I loved her mom? My name is Walter. I'm 78 years old, and I've learned a thing or two in my life. But there's one lesson that stands out above the rest, and that's what I want to share with you today. It's a lesson that I wish I had learned earlier, but I'm hoping that by sharing my story, you might be able to learn from my mistakes. I grew up in a small town in Ohio in the 1950s, where everyone knew each other's names. I had a wonderful childhood, with parents who worked hard to provide for our family. My dad was a farmer, and I used to love helping him out in the fields during the summer. But as I got older, I started to take on more responsibilities, and before I knew it, I was working 2 jobs to make ends meet. I was determined to give my family a better life, just like my parents had given me. I met my wife, Margaret, in high school, and we got married young. We had 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl, and we were happy, or so I thought. But here is what I never told anyone. I was barely home. I was always working, trying to provide for my family, but in doing so, I was missing out on so much. My son's little league games, my daughter's ballet recitals, I was never there. I was too busy making a living to actually live. I remember one day, my daughter came to me. She must have been around 10 years old, and she said, "Daddy, can you take me to the park?" And I said, "Not today, sweetie. I have a meeting." A meeting? Can you believe it? I was so caught up in my work, I didn't even realize what I was missing out on. But here is what I never told anyone: that meeting was not even important. It was just an excuse to avoid spending time with my family. As the years went by, my children grew up, and they started to move out of the house. My son went off to college, and my daughter got married. And I was left with a big empty house, and a lot of regret. I realized that I had made a huge mistake. I had been so focused on providing for my family that I had forgotten to be present for them. I had been too busy making a living to actually live. But here is what I never told anyone. It wasn't until my wife passed away that I realized the true extent of my mistake. She had been my rock, my partner, and my best friend. And when she was gone, I was left with nothing but memories and a deep regret for all the time we had wasted. I remembered all the times I had put work ahead of our relationship, all the times I had chosen to be busy instead of being present. The revelation hit me like a ton of bricks. My greatest mistake was being too busy. I had been so focused on providing for my family that I had forgotten to be present for them. I had forgotten to enjoy the journey, to appreciate the little things, to love and be loved in return. And it's a lesson that I wish I had learned earlier, but I'm hoping that by sharing my story, you might be able to learn from my mistakes. You see, being busy is not a badge of honor, it's a curse. It's a curse that will rob you of your relationships, your health, and your happiness. And I know this because I've lived it. I've lived a life of busyness, and I've paid the price. But here is what I never told anyone. I'm trying to make up for lost time. I'm trying to be more present, to enjoy the journey, to appreciate the little things. Now, I know what my granddaughter said to me. It still hurts, but I understand why she said it. I wasn't there for her mom when she needed me. But I'm trying to be there for her now. I'm trying to make amends, to be more present, to be a better grandfather, a better person. And I hope that you can learn from my mistakes and not make the same errors that I did. So, my dear friends, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and join me on this journey of self-discovery and growth. As I reflect on my life, I realize that it's never too late to change, to learn, and to become the person we've always wanted to be. I think about my granddaughter and the kind of grandfather I want to be for her, the kind of role model I want to be. I want her to look up to me, to respect me, and to love me, not just because I'm her grandfather, but because I'm a good person, a person who cares, who listens, and who is present. I remember when my own grandfather used to tell me stories about his life, about the struggles he faced, and the triumphs he achieved. He was a kind and wise man, and I admired him greatly. I want to be that kind of grandfather for my own granddaughter, to share my experiences with her, to guide her, and to support her as she grows and navigates her own path in life. As I look back on my mistakes, I realize that they were opportunities for growth, for learning, and for becoming a better person. I've learned that it's okay to make mistakes, that it's okay to not have all the answers, and that it's okay to ask for help. I've learned that life is a journey, not a destination, and that every moment, every experience, and every person we meet is a gift, a chance to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves. I think about the people who have helped me along the way, who have supported me, who have guided me, and who have believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I think about my wife, my children, my friends, and my family, and I'm filled with gratitude, with love, and with appreciation for the gift of life, and for the people who make it worth living. As I continue on this journey of self-discovery and growth, I invite you to join me, to share your own stories, your own struggles, and your own triumphs. I want to create a community where we can support each other, where we can learn from each other, and where we can grow together. I want to create a space where we can be vulnerable, where we can be honest, and where we can be ourselves without fear of judgment or rejection. I believe that we all have a story to tell, a story that can inspire, that can motivate, and that can uplift others. I believe that we all have a gift to share, a gift that can make a difference in the world, and that can leave a lasting impact on the people around us. I believe that we all have the power to choose how we want to live our lives, to choose how we want to treat others, and to choose how we want to show up in the world. As I look to the future, I'm filled with hope, with excitement, and with anticipation. I'm excited to see what's next, to see what opportunities will arise, and to see how I can continue to grow, and to become the best version of myself. I'm excited to share my journey with you, and to hear about your own journey, your own struggles, and your own triumphs. I'm excited to connect with you, to support you, and to be a part of your life, just as you are a part of mine. As I sit here, reflecting on the journey that has brought me to this moment, I'm filled with a sense of awe and gratitude. I think about all the people who have supported me along the way, who have believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. I think about the struggles I've faced, the setbacks I've overcome, and the lessons I've learned. And I'm reminded that it's all been worth it, because it's led me to where I am today. I think about the moments of doubt, the moments of fear, and the moments of uncertainty. And I'm reminded that those moments are a natural part of the journey. They're a natural part of growth, of learning, and of becoming. And I'm grateful for them, because they've taught me to be resilient, to be strong, and to be brave. As I look to the future, I'm excited to see what's in store. I'm excited to continue growing, to continue learning, and to continue becoming the best version of myself. I'm excited to connect with others, to support others, and to be a part of their journey, just as they are a part of mine. And I'm excited to see the impact that we can have on each other's lives, the impact that we can have on the world. I believe that we all have a unique gift, a unique talent, and a unique perspective. And I believe that when we share those gifts with the world, we can create something truly beautiful. We can create a world that is more compassionate, more empathetic, and more kind. We can create a world that is more just, more equitable, and more free. And so, I want to leave you with a challenge today. I want to challenge you to be brave, to be bold, and to be fearless. I want to challenge you to share your gift with the world, to share your story with the world, and to share your love with the world. I want to challenge you to be a source of light, a source of hope, and a source of inspiration to those around you. Because when we come together, when we support each other, and when we lift each other up, there's nothing we can't achieve. We can achieve greatness, we can achieve amazing things, and we can create a world that is truly extraordinary. And so let's do it. Let's come together, let's support each other, and let's create a world that is more beautiful, more just, and more loving than the one we have today. As I close, I want to thank you for being a part of my journey. I want to thank you for listening, for watching, and for being a part of my life. I'm honored to have you along on this journey, and I'm excited to see where it takes us. I'm excited to see the impact that we can have, the difference that we can make, and the love that we can share. And I'm excited to do it all with you, together, as a community and as a family.